We're here today with David Rowe, Professor of Law at the University of Miami School of Law in Coral Gables, Florida. Good afternoon, Professor Rowe.
Good afternoon, sir.
Professor, could you please comment on the recent proceedings in the Buju Banton case?
Well, most recently, the government of the United States has filed a response to Buju Banton's motion for a new trial. I believe the government of the United States, through Mr. James Preston, will be successful in their response, which essentially is that the government should prevail and that Buju Banton should not receive a new trial.
What is the government's argument?
The government's argument is that the jury came to a reasonable determination, that they drew reasonable inferences from evidence which was admitted into evidence appropriately, and therefore there was no need for a new trial. There were no errors made by the judge, and the jury came to a unanimous verdict on 3 of the 4 counts.
Professor, what do you think will be the outcome of this hearing? Of the hearing on this matter?
I don't think the judge will need a hearing. I think the judge will rule for the United States without a hearing and will determine that there will be no new trial and that they will have a sentencing on June 23rd.
Professor, speaking about the June 23rd sentencing, what do you think will be the outcome of that sentencing hearing?
Well, there's a mandatory minimum 10 years, which I believe will be aggravated to 15 years. So it will start at 15 years, and then he testified, which I believe will lead to obstruction of justice. I think he'll be found to be a leader. So I think that he may have a sentence which will exceed 20 years by Judge Moody. We can only speculate, but it is my view that the pre-sentence investigative report may very well put him in the 20-year range or more. And of course, the judge can do a downward departure or an upward departure. The upward departure might lead to life imprisonment.
Professor, it's likely that Banton and his lawyer David Marcus will make an appeal. What do you think will be the impact of the appeal, and how much will that delay the sentencing?
The appeal will not delay his sentencing, and the appeal will, in my view, be not worth anything. I think the appeal will fail. The facts were straightforward. The sentence was straight, but I think the sentence will be straightforward based on the rules and the sentencing guidelines. The determination by the jury was straightforward based on evidence which was admitted into court. Mr. Banton said that he was a cocaine smuggler. He went and made statements to a confidential informant which seemed to confirm that he was a cocaine smuggler. He was present at a time when cocaine was the sale of cocaine was being discussed. He tasted the cocaine, he commented on the price of cocaine, and then he called about the situation relating to the contraband and whether or not it had in fact been sold. I think that Mr. Myrie is guilty, and the jury has already found him guilty. Unfortunately, he will have to pay the price for this misconduct that he has engaged in. And it's very unfortunate for all Jamaicans and all of his fans that he has been disgraced, or that he has disgraced Jamaica in this way.
Professor, thank you very much for your time.